words to describe Miss Mike is kind, inspiring, and motivational because she always makes sure each and every one of her students has the right products that they need to learn and the right mindset to learn.
My favorite memory with Miss Vieira is when I worked on the summer out on the beach as a lifeguard, and her and her family are super welcoming and kind to me. And it just makes me excited to get back to school and be around all those kinds of people in our community.
I would describe Miss Collin in 3 words as kind, helpful, and caring.
If I could give Miss Tuberty an award, I would give her an award for most scholarly spirit because she's always supportive when it comes to sports games and staying after school for anything that the school needs.
Miss Supple is super hardworking and she organizes a lot of events with the PA.
With the help of Mr. Levanco's support, I've been able to navigate the whole college application process, and he's also helped me relieve any stress I had about the process or just in general.
Miss Solster has helped me achieve everything that I've done with college so far. She's always there in case I need someone to talk to, and she's a very kind-hearted person. And yeah, if you need help with anything college-related, she's your girl.
The best piece of advice Mr. Gomer has given me is learning to not care about things if other people don't care about them. Like, you shouldn't dig into things that aren't that deep, and you shouldn't try to overexert energy into things that shouldn't be that serious.
The best piece of advice Miss Adrian has given me is make your choices for yourself, and whatever choice you make, be happy and don't look back.
Miss McLaughlin has helped me grow as a person because she's someone who I can trust, and she helps me make positive decisions, not only academically but personally too.
The best piece of advice Miss Nathan has given me is always be yourself. She's the reason I got through 6th grade. I didn't have many friends. She helped me get through. I had a lot of friends because of her. She's always been there for me through the highs and lows. Miss Nathan is the best person in the world.
Miss Walker has given me the best piece of advice, which was to stay in school, don't do drugs, and make good choices in life.
Miss B has impacted the school community because she makes all of her students feel safe and they have someone to go to. Even if others would consider the issue small, she still makes it a welcoming community.
Mr. Racinos has helped me grow, especially in my leadership skills. In any given moment, he encourages me as well as all members of the media team to take initiative and be proactive in the things that we want to see come into fruition. And aside from that, he also encourages me to advocate for myself, to stand up when there are changes that I want to see, and to really use my voice as a student and as a person.
I would say he really helped me find confidence in myself and reassured me that it's okay to not understand something when you first look at it, and that it's important to stick with the concept until you understand it fully, even if you don't understand it at first.
I want you to have fun in my class. Considering that senior year is already such a hard year, I really appreciate that she makes it all content in her class super fun. While we're still learning, we're able to consider it a chill class, and it's not something that's heavy on my workload of an already busy senior year, so I appreciate that very much.
Probably when we would have, I would go up to her and talk to her about my future goals, and she would give me advice on it. I always appreciate how genuine she was and how she genuinely wanted to see me achieve.
Ms. Newman inspires me every day because she is a quintessential example of a strong, powerful woman who uses her voice to be the change that she wants to see in the world, and she encourages me to do the same.
He's generous, caring, and capable.
Ms. Sharma has introduced me to yoga. When it came to SASA, I never really thought to do yoga for the club, and she introduced the idea of doing yoga, and I actually took the practices that we did in yoga together in my own personal life just to debrief and relax.
Mr. Vecchione definitely has very unique ways of inspiring his students, usually on the harsher side, but that's fine. One particular moment that stood out to me was the day before the AP exam, and I asked him to read something over for me, and he basically told me I was going to do horrible. All I can say is that really inspired me to try my hardest, and it worked out because I got a 5 on the exam.
I would definitely say Ms. Quintana is determined, giving, and optimistic.
Ms. Pinero has definitely helped by emphasizing that we need to make different connections through all of our units, and this is applied all throughout my learning career.
The way Ms. Hudson teaches definitely impacted my learning career because I learned to think a new way.
Mr. Riva has impacted my learning career a lot by teaching me about budgeting and ways to save money in college and in my future career. So I'm really thankful for that, honestly, because no other teacher has honestly put that out there for us and given us life experiences, so I'm grateful for that.
If Mr. McKay was a fictional character, he'd probably be Mr. Clean because he's bold.
My favorite memory with Miss Winthrop is probably the time when the whole class was being loud, but then like she didn't like yell. She was nice about it, and then she like got them to quiet down in a nice way, not by yelling and stuff. What normally other teachers would do. She's not like that.
The best piece of advice that Miss Israel has given me is that reading books can take you a very long way and on an adventure.
If Miss Suchet was a fictional character, she would be Belle from Beauty and the Beast, because she's really nice and she has like an optimistic mindset towards life and is always smiling and is a really genuinely happy person.
She helps encourage me to step out of my comfort zone by every packet that we do or like new project, we always get new seating, and you always have to like just make friends with the people you sit next to so that you're comfortable next to them. And when you like doing your packet and you get on a question that you don't know how to answer and you're like saying that you don't know how to answer it, she always helps you.
When we're doing like group projects and stuff like that, she doesn't put us in the same groups. Like she'll switch us out and put us with different people. And like I've noticed that the people that we're with, they like usually do, like they have different interests and they do different things. So then you kind of have to adapt to what they like, and then that helps me like learn new things, and like that helps me like work with other people.
My favorite memory about Mr. Najumi is when he taught us how to tie knots in electives.
She'd probably be Snow White, because even though she doesn't look like Snow White always attracts the animals, and she's always attracting students because she's a great teacher, and how she teaches really puts her as a role model.
Miss Seesaw is trademarked by Dinosaur, because I know in her classroom she has a lot of decorations that are like dinosaurs.
So last year when I was in 10th grade and I had her as my English teacher, she was telling us a very funny story about this time she was at Trader Joe's and she bought something that was called Jingle Jangle, and at the time a popular show was going around and Jingle Jangle was used as a different term, and it was very funny, and the entire class agreed that it was a funny mistake, and I was laughing a lot personally.
A phrase Ms. Weiss says that sticks with me is that it's okay to make mistakes and you can learn from them.
She's really nice and she's like a really good role model, and she's always helpful to whenever someone needs a helping hand. She like would always help me, and she's really sweet.
Something he does is he gives us like second, third, and fourth chances, and is always helping us make the questions easier for us so we can understand it.
Ms. Redden has left a positive impact on our school community because she's allowed students to participate in other activities other than academics. So she's allowed them to have hands-on interactions within the farm. She's also allowed them to experience community service and also learn how to give back to their community.
Ms. Supsiak has taught me how to work collaboratively with my peers during group discussions and on task cards.
So my favorite memory with Ms. Hoogendorf has always been like all of the labs that we did with her. Those were the funnest moments, even though a lot of them were at 8 a.m. classes, first period. It always made coming to school even more exciting despite being that early, and Ms. Hoogendorf's just funny, bubbly personality always made them the most enjoyable moments.
Ms. Rosinos taught me to always make sure that my work is neat and not to rush it, because then I'm able to take more time and not be worried about it.
One thing that Ms. Cox always does to make our class feel like a community is always involving us in group work and making us turn and talk to get comfortable around the people we're sharing with.
I would give Miss Nardella the award for being the nicest teacher. Because she's actually like really nice. She gives us extra credit if we need it, and she gives us like the help that we need, and she's actually like really nice and generous.
My favorite memory with Mr. Santos was when I was changing scenes between the play and we had meaningful conversations about different topics such as like Pokemon, and we had really in-depth conversations about them. We went into how the game works, our favorite games, the cards. That was my favorite memory with him.
Ms. Rodriguez is trademarked by her love for golden retrievers and all the silly little nicknames she has for us.
Ms. Gregg, described in 3 words, would be energetic, passionate, and dedicated.
If Miss Thornton was a fictional character, I feel like she would be Wonder Woman because she has a very strong personality and she's very passionate about her work.
My favorite memory with Miss Doyle is when she came to Starbucks and gave me a K-pop when I was with my friends. She didn't have to do that, but due to her empathy, she was very kind and purchased me a K-pop.
He told us to limit distractions so we could do better. Mr. Connolly reminds me of Kendrick Lamar because he really likes the music.
Mr. Miyagi because like she could be tough on you, but like, you know, it all like ends up working out and like you end up learning something from like when she's hard on you.
So with Miss Blanco, my friend and I, we had this snowflake project in geometry, and so instead of making a snowflake, Miss Blanco was on the side of it of making Patrick the Star, like as a starfish, a Christmas starfish, instead of a snowflake, and it was really funny.
Mr. Agnew would be Peter Pan because he's somebody I can relate to and talk to.
My favorite memory of Miss Duran was at my first Model UN conference where she was my biggest mentor and my biggest supporter.
When you're done with a question, he likes to like say to meow so he knows when you're done. So that's something he says.
My favorite memory with Miss Salami is probably when we didn't see, me and my two friends, we didn't see her for a long time because she got moved upstairs. And then when we finally saw her, we were all really excited. She gave us a hug, and we like seeing her after breaks and when we come back to school.
Mr. Pashvik has helped me grow as a person and a student because he always encourages me to do my best, and he doesn't let me settle for anything less than.
Miss Nocerino is kind, generous, and amiable.
Dr. Goldberg has taught me the importance of sympathizing and understanding others.
Miss Greco inspires and motivates me to be more collaborative with my community because I constantly see her doing things outside of CALC, which I think is a very admirable trait.
Miss Struble has taught me to always keep going, no matter like how hard times are.
So Miss Frasca offers a lot of help throughout the day, and even though she's not able to do after-school classes, she still is able to help us through emails and stuff. And Miss Frasca ensures that we understand the curriculum that we're doing in CALC, as it's very challenging. And she's very welcoming, and she's really nice. So yeah.
Miss Salinas is kind, passionate, and a very caring person.
Ms. Tripic encourages us to step out of our comfort zone by encouraging us to use various art mediums that we're not initially comfortable with.
Miss Chan inspires me to become a better version of myself by allowing me to express myself in all different ways around the classroom.
Miss Dixon is I really skip Miss Dixon being able to read, write, and do short responses.
Miss Earl is very easy to understand and work with when having to understand like the state test. That is fine.
If I were to give Miss Balasheri an award, I would give her a reward for respecting everyone for being themselves.
Ms. Palmore inspired and motivates me by giving me ideas that I wouldn't have thought if I wasn't in her science class, and she's really nice and it helps me with my motivation.
Miss Webb has made a positive impact on my life by helping me like when I'm struggling doing a test. She'll tell me to try my best and don't worry about the grade.
Miss Forster makes the class feel like a community by just randomly throwing in some funny jokes, or she uses our slang or like brain rot as we say, and puts it into class lessons. She's really fun, and if someone like does anything wrong, if she wants to correct them, she does it in like a super funny way to not embarrass them, but to also make them feel like that they're not ashamed. Like, yeah.
She impacted my learning career by ensuring that it's a safe environment in class.
Miss CJ is very caring, enthusiastic, and she's very helpful.
My favorite memory with Ms. Schwalk is always seeing her supporting our high school productions, theater productions specifically. She always brings her support and is always complimenting everyone and making a very warm environment.
Mrs. Davila inspires and motivates me by giving me a new pathway that I could pursue in my future. I didn't know much about, the stuff that he does here at Scholars when I was in middle school, but being in high school and being with him throughout the years, it really has helped me, check out a new career path that I could take. And I'm really glad to have him, honestly. He's a great friend, he's a great person, and yeah.
I would describe Ms. Brindle as fun, caring, and respectful.
I would describe Mr. Minotti as caring, funny, and really athletic because he teaches all the kids how to do the sports, and he makes gym really funny.
Definitely when I first joined the softball team,
Miss Hank was like one of the best people like I've ever met, and she was so like supportive and kind to like all of us, and she was like a great like mentor, and I love her so much.
Miss Redding always likes to say get off the floor in basketball. I find it really funny because when we're getting subbed in, we sit on the floor kind of, and she wants us to back up, and I find it really funny.
Miss Costick has helped me to achieve growing success in a chorus environment by nominating me and other chorus students for an honors chorus program to give us the experience of being a part of a very large chorus and working with professional conductors and really studying our craft with professional musicians.
Mr. Lane inspires and motivates me by encouraging me to keep moving forward. Initially, when I joined the jazz band, I came from his guitar elective. I only primarily did rhythm guitar, but over time I felt encouraged to try and explore, and eventually I found my love for bass guitar, and I'm really enjoying it there, especially this year.
My favorite memory with Mr. Paulina is doing the Minecraft Sustainable City project, because it was pretty fun and we get to use Minecraft education.
I would describe Mr. Costin kind, caring, and trusting.
Miss Nadeau has helped me so much through my years at Scholars. She's always been there for me. She's someone I can talk to and rely on, and she's just the best.
Miss Nadeau has helped me accomplish a lot in volleyball. With her tough love, I've improved a lot in the past few years I've been on the team, and I really appreciate it.
I think that Miss M helped me grow as a person more than just a student. She made the environment so warm and welcoming, and I feel more comfortable to be myself in a theatrical and educational environment because of her.
My funniest moment with Mr. Puccio is when he came into class midway with Scholar sweatpants on because he ripped his pants the class before on the scoreboard.
Ms. Camarden has impacted my learning career by helping me understand biology through one-on-one work.
Mr. Facillo has positively impacted the school community by helping organize the safety in the school and helping the bathroom cleanliness.
Mr. Berman will be the most athletic teacher. He's always working out and really loves what he does.
Ms. Naselli is one of the most entertaining teachers I know, so I would give her the most entertaining teacher award just because of all the Shenyun references every single day at the beginning of Global, and also all the fun, entertaining videos she plays during our Global classes.
Ms. Katz will get the award for being the most positive.
They're very kind and help to make sure kids are safe and healthy.
The speech and physical therapists have positively impacted our community by making sure that everybody is included, no matter what their limitations are.
The paraprofessionals in Scholars Academy have impacted the school community by making educational accessible to all students regardless of IEPs or 504 plans.
The school safety team has impacted our school community by not only protecting us, but also providing a welcoming and happy environment to be in for our school.
The custodians positively impact the community by keeping our lunchrooms clean for the entire day, day after day. And they also keep the whole school clean and the bathrooms to make sure they're not they don't smell and they're not dirty and toilet paper's everywhere.
The secretaries at Scholars work behind the scenes to make sure that all the students are safe and everything works smoothly.
The substitute teachers at Scholars help cover for teachers when they're not here.
And they also make sure that the school day runs smoothly.
The school aides impact our school community by ensuring that students can have a peaceful and stress-free lunch period.
Shout out to the kitchen staff from breakfast, lunch, and supper. You guys do your big one as always, and we appreciate that. The baked chicken, curry potatoes, rice and peas, vegetables, and the mozzarella sticks all are delectable.
The kitchen staff have impacted my learning career by making sure I'm well fed for the day, whether it's breakfast or lunch.
I would like to thank the kitchen staff for always ensuring that I'm refreshed and energized for my classes.
My favorite memory from the kitchen staff is when they make curry that day. It was too good. I love y'all. Thank y'all all for so much good food. Thank you.
I would also like to thank the kitchen staff for always putting a smile on my face when I see the food when I walk in front of you.